Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Crochet and Coffee here, and today we're going to continue on with our crochet along. Now, if you didn't know, this crochet along is going to be in a couple of parts, which by the end of it, you will see it in one playlist so you can just watch it the whole way through. Now, this is different than most crochet alongs you've probably participated in, especially if they're on YouTube, because I'm literally doing the entire pattern with you. There is no time lapses. There's no speeding it up. I'm doing this in real time so that you can follow along. Now, if you're a new crocheter and you need to brush up on your how to corner to corner stitch, I do have a video on that. If you are a beginner crocheter, I do have a beginner friendly video on how to crochet, essentially how to get started with crocheting. And I give you like the basic stitches that you can work with. So when we left off, this is part 3 of the series. So where we left off is round 17 at the bottom. Okay, so a lot of us have this thing going on where the bulb is there and you got like the little shimmer of light, and we need to make this whole. So we are going to go ahead and get started. All right, so if we look at our graph, now do remember this is a free printable from Loveable hooks over on Pinterest, and I will have it linked down below where you can get this pattern if you would like to work with us. Now, if you remember, we're on row 18, okay? So I'm gonna bring you down so you can see. So we're on row 18, and we're starting at the bottom because this arrow shows us that we're down at the bottom. So now we're gonna go up. So let's see what we need. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue. Oh, we're adding another color, introducing a new color. We're introducing red. So if you got red or whatever your second color is, this is where you add it. And we need 2 of the second color. So for me, it's going to be red. So I'm going to say red. But obviously, if you have a different color, you use that. And then we have, so there's 2 reds, 1, 2, 3 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellows. 1, 2, 3 blue. And I'm just going to put a little arrow to let us know that we went up. Okay, so 5, 2, 3, 5, and thing. And what you can do, if it makes it easier, you can write it over here on the side. So 5 blue, 2 red, 3 blue, 5 yellow, and then 3 more blues. You can write it over there on the side so that you know what you're doing. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to lift you back up. So how you guys been? I've been seeing a lot of you guys finish this part, and I'm so super excited. I'm so proud of you guys because a lot of you said that you don't think you could do it, and a lot of you are doing it. So you should be very proud of yourself if you've gotten this far. Now, do keep in mind, this is a crochet along, but it's also kind of sort of a tutorial. So if at any time, and you will hear me keep repeating this, if at any time you need to stop, pause, rewind, fast forward, whatever you need to do, remember you work at your own pace. This is not a race, and you finish whenever you finish. If you choose to start over and then work up until where we're at, that is fine as well. But you work in your own time. Please do not feel rushed to complete this. This is just something we're doing for fun, and I'm just crocheting along with you. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started with our project. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to go ahead and take off my stitch marker here, which holds my spot to make sure that my yarn doesn't get messed up. I'm going to take that off, place it off to the side. My stitch marker comes from Created by Rose GB over on Etsy, and I will also link her Etsy shop down in the description box of the video if you would like to go over and check out some stitch minders or stitch markers. So what did we say we needed? We needed 5 blues. Now, do you guys remember how to get started? Now, there's a couple of places that trip people up. Getting started and moving to the next cluster, because you're like, what the heck am I doing? Don't worry. Just make sure you watch carefully and listen to what I'm saying, and you should be able to get this, okay? So if you remember to get started, we're going to do what? Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we are going to do a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. So you check your V's and count the 4th one down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So right here, we're going to place our next double crochet. Okay, So go ahead and double crochet in that 4th chain from the hook. So you're going to insert and then make your double crochet here. And then we're going to do 2 more double crochets to finish off this chain. So 2 more double crochets. And if you hear the humming in the background, it's just my heater kicking on and off. I do apologize if you can hear it, but it's cold. All right. And then what do we do next? Now, this is another part that trips people up, okay? And I don't want you to trip you up, so that's why I keep repeating it, because repetition does help you learn. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the last chain 3 space we had in the previous cluster, and we're going to slip stitch. And all you do is you insert your hook into that 3 chain space between the chain 3 and the first double crochet, just like that. You yarn over, you pull that through, and then you pull that loop through the hook loop on your hook. Just like that. So you do a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then you just do 3 double crochets. And remember, you chain 3, then 3 double crochets. So however many you chain is how many double crochets you're going to put into that chain 3 space, if it helps you remember. So there's our second cluster. And we're going to keep going until we hit 5. So 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And just like that, and we're going to slip stitch into that next cluster. 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Had to go get my water bottle. Stay hydrated, folks. All right, so we're going to keep going. We got 3 clusters of blue. We need 2 more, so let's do this. We already did our slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to do 3 double crochets. Also, if you hear noises in the background, it's just the dogs. They like to make weird noises sometimes. So 3. Oh, our last one came apart there. Let's try that again. 3. So we have how many clusters? 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 more cluster with the blue. Now remember, we're changing colors, so don't go too fast. So chain the slip stitch, chain 3, and that slip stitch and chain 3 happens on every cluster. Do not forget it. If you forget it, you'll notice that you have a lot of gapping. So make sure that you are doing that slip stitch and chain 3, because it will keep you from avoiding the gapping, and you won't have any problems here throughout, and then it won't look funny and you'll be like, why is it so gappy? Because you might have forgot that. A lot of people end up forgetting that and just doing a double crochet. Don't forget the slip stitch and the chain 3 at the beginning of every cluster. Remember, every cluster. So we're on that last double crochet, and of course we do not finish that off. Why? Because we're about to change colors. So whatever your second color is the color you're going to want to bring out. Mine is going to be Red Hot Red from Red Heart Super Saver. Now, all the yarn I'm using is Red Heart Super Saver. You can find it super cheap at Walmart or Amazon or wherever, but Red Heart Super Saver is what I'm using. So I'm going to go ahead, and you guys remember, you got to make that slip stitch. So I'm just going to spin it, twist it. I'm going to grab that string and pull it through to make that slip stitch. And then we're going to put it on our hook. We're going to tighten it down. And then we're going to finish off that blue double crochet with that second color, which is mine's is red. Okay? And then you just continue on as if you didn't just change colors. Just pretend like nothing happened. So we're going to go ahead and do 2 clusters of red. So slip stitch, chain 3 again. And let's just keep going here. We don't have that many rows to complete today, And so I'm going to try to not to make this too long. So I might be moving a little bit faster. And again, if I am moving a little too fast for you, please feel free to stop, fast forward, rewind, pause at any time, because you do this at your own pace, okay? You don't have to keep up with me. I'm a hot mess. So that's one cluster of red. And then we're going to do our second cluster of red. So we're going to slip stitch, chain 3, and then 3 double crochets. But remember, we only need 2 of that second color, which mine's is red. So you only need 2 of that color for right now to start that second bulb. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And 3. We're going to stop there on that last pull through. We're going to bring that blue yarn around. Now remember, I'm pulling it this way, but I'm not going to pull it too tight. I'm just going to pull it so it's nice and taut on the back of my project there. And I'm just going to continue on. There it is. And like I said before, if you don't want your working yarn of your color stuck underneath it, make sure you put it on top, or you hold on to it when you're pulling that second string through. So I'm holding on to my red up top, and then the blue is coming in on the bottom of that working yarn so it doesn't get stuck underneath the loop. So we're going to go ahead and yarn over, pull it through, and then we're just going to pretend like nothing happened. We're just going to keep going. And now we need 3 more blues. So we're going to slip stitch, do that chain 3 thing, and then 3 double crochets. Looking good over there. Keep it up. Keep it up. You got this. I can't wait to see how many of you finish this project and see what the final result is on all the pretty colors. A lot of you are doing different color schemes, and I'm here for it. Yes. So that's our first one. Let's go ahead and get our second one done. And if you haven't noticed, you're probably working a little bit faster. That happens when you do a repetitive pattern. Once you get that muscle memory going of what you're doing, you tend to work a little bit faster. But beware, sometimes working faster isn't that good, because sometimes you can forget to do a simple step and mess up a row, so you'll end up having to frog it and come back and redo it. So to avoid that, just make sure you're really careful if you're going a little bit faster to make sure you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. So we're on that third cluster for the blue, and again, we have to change colors, y'all. Color changing is going to be a huge thing in this part of the series, because we have 2 colors that we're using. And don't let the color changes fool you, okay? The color changes are not scary. I promise they won't bite you, okay? So we have our 3 here. We're going to lift that up and pull it and hold on to it, and we're going to get our yellow. We're going to grab our yellow, or whatever first color you used. We're going to go ahead and just work that right into there, just like that. Oop. I'm going to pull that a little bit tighter, because then my stitch is right here for my blue. Oh, I got to make sure to adjust, y'all. So the stitches I have right here for the blue get a little bit tighter. And then we're just going to keep going. Now to hide it, remember, you're going to go underneath it. So we're going to go do that slip stitch, and we're going to pull that piece that we drug over underneath, and we're going to pull through. Now, I'm going to turn it over so you can see what I mean. Because I didn't, you can trim your pieces off if you want. I choose not to. And since I don't, that leaves this line right here. And since I'm working with that color, I'm going to hide it. So what I'm going to do to hide it is, I'm going to go underneath it instead of on top of it. So instead of going like this, I'm going to go underneath it and just keep working like usual, okay? So I'm going to go underneath it. I'm going to flip this back over. We're going to do our chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to do 5 yellows, okay? 2. And make sure you're grabbing that piece and going underneath it with every double crochet. So that's the 3rd double crochet for this one. And we're going to keep going. Now, if you want to bring that up, you can. If you want to bring it up so that it's hidden even more. So all I did was scoop it up. So you see how it's down there? Well, when I go to attach this, all I'm doing is grabbing it. So it's on the hook as well. You're going to yarn over, pull underneath both, slip stitch, and then I'm just going to double crochet under at least one of them. We're going to do it double crochet there. And I want that line to disappear, so I'm going to double crochet and keep hold of that for this entire cluster. So we're just going to go back underneath it. That should hide it so that you don't have that blue strand, okay? Or that yellow strand, I'm sorry. So you see how the strand is right here? And it's hidden underneath these two. So I'm just going to keep going. I don't need to hide it anymore. That's enough hiding it for me. If you're making this into a pillow, it won't matter anyways because nobody's going to see it because it's going to be on the inside. So we have our chain 3. We're going to do one more double crochet here. And then we're going to move up to the next row. Or the next cluster, I'm sorry, up the stairs. Just keep moving up the stairs. 1, 2, and 3. I do apologize if you don't like squeaky hooks. If you don't like the sound of the squeaking with the yarn and the hook, try using an aluminum hook and not a resin hook like this one, okay? I'm going to try not to make it squeak so much, but I can't help if it does. So we're going to slip stitch here, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 double crochets. You got this. It can be frustrating learning new things, and that's okay. It's part of life. But to learn it, you have to keep practicing. So even if you need to take a step away from it and then come back at a later time, feel free to do that. Nobody's telling you what you can and can't do when it comes to your crafting. So you do it how you feel you can do it, because everybody works differently. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our 5th cluster. We're going to go ahead and cluster it up here. So let's get that cluster finished. But we're not going to end it because it's the last cluster. So what are we going to do? We're going to grab that blue. So I'm going to lay this down so you can see what I'm doing. To grab it, see how the working yarn that I'm currently working with is going over top of the blue yarn, okay, because I'm pulling it. So I'm going to bring it this way, and then I'm going to pretend like it's the yellow color. I'm just going to end that yellow double crochet there. And if your stitches get a little loose, you can tug on your working color. Just like that. And your blue's on your hook now. And you need 3 blues, so we're going to pretend like nothing happened. We're going to keep going. And so far, I haven't gotten any questions about what people are doing. I've seen pictures and I've made a couple of corrections for people if they need it. But for the most part, you guys are doing fantastic. Like, I'm loving this. Somebody even requested that we do a beanie next time. Maybe we can do a slouchy beanie. Let me know down in the comments if that would be something that you're interested in. We can do a slouchy beanie in probably 2 or 3 videos. So it shouldn't be a long process. We can either do a slouchy beanie or a ponytail beanie. It's up to you. And of course, I'll give you like a week or so to get the supplies you need and everything else. So we're on our 2nd one here. Now we're going to go up to this 3rd one. And just like every other stitch or cluster, we're going to do that slip stitch, that chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And we just completed row 18. So we have yellow and red as our colors. If you have 2 different colors, that's okay. So we've gone up. So up, 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 going up the wrong one. Up, 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 up. And we went up. Now we got to go back down. So this is where you pull out yet another color. What color are we pulling out? Whatever color you choose to have for the hanging lights, the ribbon that, or the cord that holds the hanging lights, that's the color you're going to need to bring out, because now we're going down. So we started a new color, again, black. So we will need 1 black, 1, 2 blue. Sorry, I don't know why I wrote that all willy wonky like that. 2 blue, 1 black, So 1 black, 1, 2 blues, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 5 yellows, 1 blue. I'm trying to make sure I'm getting this in the correct line here. So 1 blue, 1, 2, 3, oh, hold on. Here's the tricky part. You got to make sure you're doing it in that diagonal. So 1 black, 1, 2 blues, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellow, 1, 2 blue, 1, 2, 3 red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blues. So let's write that down. So we have 1 black, 2 blue, 5 yellow, 2 blue, 3 red, and then 6 blue. Okay, so I wrote that all on the side. It's all willy wonky. So we're going down this time. So we're going to write down. Oh, we got a little down thing down there already. So we're going down. So go ahead and grab that project. Let's get going. Let's keep going. All right. So it looks like our first stitch is a different color. Okay. So then what you can do is release that last pull through for your double crochet. So you still have the 2 loops right there, right? And just like you would change color normally, and I have, I thought it was shimmer, but it's called metallic. So my white and my black are going to be Super Saver metallic, okay? So, and if you see, it has like little sparkles in it. So we're going to start, or we're going to end the last cluster with a black. So just pull back until you get those 2 loops on your hook. And then we're going to slip stitch that black. We're going to put it on our hook. And we're going to finish off that last cluster from the previous row 18. So we're going to finish that off just like that. And then for this, you're just going to chain 6. Act like nothing happened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Excuse me. Now, we're starting off with black. And black is a hard color to work with, so don't let it frustrate you. It's hard for everyone. It's not just hard for new people. So, look, listen. Count 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in that 4th one, we already know what to do. We're going to double crochet. So we're going to go right into that 4th one. Remember not to make these stitches too tight or it'll make it hard for you to get in like it's doing for me right now. And then we're just going to yarn over and pull through and finish off that double crochet. And then we're going to do 2 more. So 1 and 2. Now we only needed 1 black, so we're going back to the blue. So make sure that you get to this point here where you have the 2 loops on your hook from your double crochet. We're going to hold on to that black. We're going to switch right back over to the blue. Okay? So we're going to finish it off with the blue. And then we're just going to pretend like nothing happened. You saw nothing. So we're going to go ahead and start the next row. We need 2 blues. So 1. This is going to be our cluster. Remember, every square on this page is a cluster. And the cluster consists of a slip stitch, chain 3, and 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we're gonna trying to flip it where my working yarns are all like coming out here. And don't let the fact that you have all this yarn sticking out scare you. Just throw it off to the side. You don't need that negativity right now. So here we go. So we got that 2 there. Got to twist my hook around now since I turned my project. I'm going to grab that blue. We're going to finish that off. And then we have one more cluster of blue before we change color again. So, and you're definitely going to be a pro at changing color by the time you're finished with this, because there's about to be a lot of color changing. Don't let it scare you though, because as you saw, it's not hard. It just, if you psych yourself out, then you'll get yourself nervous and you won't know what to do. Just take a deep breath, take a drink of water, sip of coffee, whatever, and you'll be fine. So we're going to get to this last double crochet and we're going to stop. Now we need 5 yellows, okay? So we're going to grab that yellow. We're going to make sure that blue is sitting up because we don't want it underneath that yellow. We're going to finish off this with the yellow. And then we're going to pretend like nothing happened. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to pretend like nothing happened. So now we're going to attach it here. Remember, go underneath so you can hide this drag through. Slip stitch, chain 3. 1. Oh, no, get back on there. 2 and 3. Okay? So we got our 3. Then we're going to double crochet 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. All right, and we're just going to keep it going, and I'm going to drag that piece with me because I can tell it's not always all the way gone. So I'm going to yarn over, go underneath that loop. Now where I'm going underneath is the part that I drag the color, okay? And since I'm working with the same color, I can hide it underneath my stitches. So we're going to yarn over, go underneath that drag part, and then, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not going to yarn over. What am I doing? So we're going to go underneath and go over here and slip stitch. See how easy it is to forget what you're doing? And then we're going to do our slip stitch and our chain 3. Sorry if that confused you. Or then we're going to do our 3 double crochets. So that's when you yarn over. So yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, go underneath that drag through, go in that chain 3 space, and then we're going to double crochet. Now, if you trim off your edges or your ends and then you reattach, then you don't have to worry about hiding those lines. Now, the reason I'm not hiding these is because they're a different color. And as you remember, if you try to hide those with a different color, you will be able to see through it. So we're not going to hide it there. So we have 2 here, and we need 3 more. Oh, we're going to need 1 more double crochet in this first cluster that we're working on. Might help if you finish the cluster. And then we're going to go to the next one. There's nothing to, hide or anything on this one, so we're just going to do it like a normal one. So this is going to be our 3rd one. One, 2, and 3. Pull out some more working yarn. We're going to slip stitch into that chain 3 space between the chain 3 and the double crochet. So we're going to slip stitch, chain 3. And the abbreviation you might see for slip stitch is SLSP. So for slip stitch, hold up. No, that's slip space. So they call it slip space whenever they abbreviate it. You might see SLSP or SLST. Whichever one you see, just know it's slip stitch. And then we have double crochet, which your abbreviation for that is obviously going to be DC for double crochet. Learning the terms of crochet is not very hard. Maybe I should do a video on the terms as well. Essentially, they're just abbreviated. So, hold on, what did I just do? Oh, I didn't finish that double crochet. So I'm going to finish the double crochet before I do my 3rd one. And I will not be editing any parts of this video, so if I make a mistake, we're going to make a mistake together, because I want you guys to see that this happens to everyone, whether you're an expert or a novice. This happens to everyone. You will make tiny little mistakes while you're crocheting, and as long as you go back and fix them, it's good. Don't dwell on them. Just keep going. So I think this is our 4th one. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our 5th one. So we're going to change color on this cluster. So 1, 2, 3, and we're on that last one. And what color are we going to change to? We need 2 more blues. So we're going to get that blue again. We're not going to go over top that yellow because see what happens? It gets trapped. We don't want to trap it. We're going to throw it up top. We're just going to lay that down. We're going to tug it a little bit to tighten the stitch over here, but not tighten it too much to the point where it starts to bow out, which is why you see me laying it down. So we're going to pull it over. We're going to pull it tight enough just to make sure those stitches are tight over there. And then we're just going to finish off this double crochet with the yellow with the blue color. And I'm just going to pull that to tighten my yellow stitches. And boom, we're just going to pretend like nothing happened. 1, 2, and 3. And we only need 2 blue clusters because we're about to get into that red. So we're going to do our first cluster here. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to go ahead and slip stitch here. Remember, we're not going to finish this cluster. 1, 2, and 3. Don't finish this double crochet because we got to change colors. Because we only needed 2 blues before we head into the 1, 2, 3 reds. So we're going to do 3 reds. So we're going to keep that just like this. We're going to grab our red. We're going to bring it over. Now, if you cut your reds instead of dragging the colors, that is fine. I'm going to drag mine because it just doesn't, it takes less time. So we're going to do it like this. You don't want to pull that too tight. You don't want it to bow up. So we finish that double crochet with the blue and the red color or whatever your second color is. And then we're going to just pretend like nothing happened. We're going to go underneath that line that we created when we pulled it across. And we're going to slip stitch. And we're going to pretend like nothing happened. We're just going to keep going. And we need 3 reds. So let's do our 3 red clusters. 1, 2, and 3 double crochet. We have our first red cluster. Now we're going to move on to the second one underneath that dragged piece. Pretend like nothing happened. We didn't just change color. We're doing the same color all throughout. So we're just going to keep going. That's 2 double crochets. We're going to do a 3rd one. And then we're going to do our last one right here. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. But remember, don't finish off that double crochet. So I'm going to have to pull that out to get those 2 loops back on my hook. We're not going to finish that one off because we're going to switch colors again. So we're going to go back to the blue. So we're going to take our blue, go underneath. We're going to pull it so that it tightens up those stitches over there. I'm just going to hold it right there. Yarn over, pull through. Nothing happened, nothing to see here. And we're just going to keep going because we need 6 of the blue clusters, okay? So 1. This is our first cluster for this one. 2, 3, 4. Hopefully you're enjoying the crochet along. It's been a lot of fun recording these videos, knowing that I'm going to see pictures of your guys' work. I feel bad leaving you hanging, but I had to give you guys an extra day from that last video because it was a little bit longer. This one might also be a little bit longer, and I apologize about that, but I want to finish the increasing row before Saturday. So we're going to go ahead and do this. There will not be any posting of the crochet along on the weekends. We'll pick it back up on Monday to give you guys a break or give those folks who are just starting a chance to catch up. If you're watching this after we've already completed this, you don't have to worry. There's a playlist with these videos in it for you to watch at your leisure. And still feel free to show me your work over at Crafters Anonymous. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section of this video, or feel free to message me over on Facebook at Miss Crochet and Coffee, or to get a hold of me a little bit faster, message me on Instagram at Miss Crochet and Coffee. So we have 3 clusters we've done so far, so we need to do 3 more. So we're going to do our slip stitch chain 3. Don't forget that part, it's very important. And then we're going to do our 3 double crochets. 2 and 3. And then we're going to slip stitch in here. It's hard to believe we only have 5 more rows left to complete the increasing part of the pattern. Now the decreasing part, don't freak out. You will do just fine. I will explain all of that in that video on Monday. We're only going to do the first couple of rows, so it's not going to be super long because you're learning something new. And then, of course, the last 2 rows of it, the last 2 parts of that series, we'll do it a little bit slower, and we'll probably do more of the pattern. So we're going to go ahead and do this here. This is our last cluster for this row. So we should have 19 clusters. And that's another way to check to make sure you're on the right track. You can go back and look at your pattern. Look at your pattern and go, okay, I'm supposed to have 19 clusters. So in order for me to count this, I got to move you guys up a little bit. So we started off with black. So 1, 2, and they look like stairs. So do your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we have 19, and that's the number of rows, or that's the number row we're on. So let's go over here and let's mark it off. So we got our black, we did our black, the 2 blues, the 5 yellows, the 2 blues, the 1, 2, 3 reds, and then we did the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We did the 6 blues. So now we went down. Now we got to go back up. So let's see what we need. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blues. So we're going to mark that out. So 6 blues. We need 1, 2 red, 1 white, because that's going to be the shining light on the bulb. So 1 white, 1, 2 red. Then we're going to need 1 blue. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow. 1 black. 1 black. 1 blue. 1 blue. Oh, 1 black. 1 blue. 1 black again. So 1 black, 1 blue, 1 black, 1 blue. All right, so don't worry, that is a lot of color changing for 1 row, but we're now getting into the nitty gritty of the pattern itself. So let's just get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. First, I'm gonna take a drink, stay hydrated out here in these crafty streets. Put that back that way. So how many blues did we need to start off? We needed 6 more blues. I'm going to get my water here. All right, so we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Geez, oh my goodness. 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Then we're going to go into that fourth one, do a double crochet. We're going to go ahead and push it through. And then we're going to do 2 more double crochets in the last 2 stitches for the chain 6. So 1, and 2. So that's going to be our first cluster to start this row. We're on row 20. Only 5 more after this. So let's keep going. I'm trying to get all this yarn in my way here. So you're just going to keep going. Changing colors does slow you down a bit, but that's okay. You can do it. Ain't nothing to it. See, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 double crochets. 1, 2. There's a third one. So we have 3. Let's work on our fourth cluster. Slip stitch, chain 3, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And let's see, that's the fourth cluster. We're going to do the fifth cluster here. 2, 3. 2, 3, and then this should be the 6th one. Slip stitch, chain 3, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, because that's the 6th one and we only needed 6, we got to pull back. We have to have that last 2 on the hook. And we needed how many reds? 2 reds. So we're going to grab that working yarn for the red right here. We're going to finish off that double crochet with the blue, and then we're going to act like nothing happened. We're just going to slip stitch right underneath the part where we drug that red. So do that slip stitch. And then we're going to do the chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to, of course, do our 3 double crochets underneath that dragged piece. So 1, 2, and 3. And this is our last one for this color for right now. So we're just going to do a slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to get 2. That 3rd double crochet, and then we're going to stop. 2. And then 3. And remember, keep that 2 on your hook, because now we're going back to that white color. So grab your white, or whatever color you're using for the accent color on the bulbs. And we're going to go ahead and slip stitch. There we go. And we need 1 of this color, okay? We just need 1. You got that. Not too hard, right? Take it one stitch at a time. It's all right. So we're going to finish off that double crochet with the red or your second color, and then we're just going to keep pretending like nothing happened. And we're going to do double crochet. 1, 2, or sorry, slip stitch and chain 3, and then our 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now don't finish off that third one, because remember, we only needed one of those for right now. So we're gonna pull that white up, and then we're gonna do our red. And then we're gonna keep going, because we need 2 more red. So 1, and do that slip stitch first, and then chain 3, 3 double crochets. And this pattern, one of those things I did see, I was confused at first by the woman's comment, and then she edited the comment to say the pattern is inverted. So essentially, you're seeing the pattern like this. On your paper, the yellow is on the right, whereas on your project, the yellow's on the left. Yes, the project will invert itself. For this, I don't think it really matters what side is which. But if that bothers you, you can always start from this side and go up, okay? So you can always start from the other side. You can start from whatever side you want. I'm just showing you how to do this the way that I was shown how to do it. So the pattern will invert itself, yes. So let's see here. So that's our first cluster of the red. We're going to do our second cluster of the red. And we're actually almost done with the yellow. So we're going to stop like that because we need to bring up our blue. So we're going to pull up those 2 colors so that the blue is underneath them. I'm going to pull a little bit tight to make sure the stitches over there are tight. And then we're going to finish this color off right here. And then we're going to pretend like nothing happened. We're just going to keep going. Just keep going. Do our cluster. And how many blues did we need? We only needed 1 blue. So we just need this 1 cluster of blue before we change colors again. And remember, take it 1 stitch, 1 cluster at a time. Do not let the number of color changes frighten you. It happens often, especially in graph ganning. So we have our 3. We're going to leave it right there. And we're going to grab our yellow to finish off that last double crochet in that cluster. And then we're going to, again, pretend like nothing happened. We're just going to keep going. So we're going to slip stitch, chain 3, and then do our 3 double crochets. And if I remember correctly, we should need 2, 3, 4 yellows. So let's do the 4 yellows. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we needed, what? We said 4 yellows. Oh, I'm counting 4 like I'm doing 4. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3 double crochets. So we got that one. So we're going to move on to the next cluster. Did I trip you up? My bad. So we're going to pull this up here. 1, 2, 3. Do keep in mind that if I'm going too fast, I do apologize. You can always at any time pause, stop, rewind, fast forward this video and watch it at a slower or a faster speed to get to where you're at or where you need to go. There's 3 there, so that's the second cluster. There's a third cluster. One. Make sure you get all your fibers on there. 2. and 3. So that's our third cluster there. Last cluster for yellow. And then whatever color you're using to make the part that's holding the bulbs is the color we're going to need next. So for me, that's going to be black. And this is the part where this might scare you because you're going 1, 1, 1, 1. But don't worry. Again, don't let it scare you. It's fine. Just take it one cluster at a time. Take it really slow. And I'm going to take it really slow so you guys can see. So, fourth cluster, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we need one black. Okay? So I'm going to take my black. And actually my black came through this way. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to trim my black to make it come out the correct way. So I'm just going to trim that quick. I left a pretty good tail on it so I could still tie these two ends off so it doesn't unravel or anything. And to tie them off, you just essentially like you're tying a shoe. So we're just going to tie this part off before I move on. There we go. Got that part tied off. Now, with our black, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch. Real nice and slow like, right? So we're going to change colors here. We're going to finish off that double crochet with the black color. And then we're going to pretend like nothing happened. And again, I want to hide my tail this time. So I'm going to just tuck it underneath. We're going to do a slip stitch. And then just pretend like nothing happened. We're going to do one cluster of black. 1, 2, and 3. Don't finish it. Leave those 2 loops on your hook. Find that blue. And then any color that's behind the blue, you're going to lift up to pull it. Tighten it there. So we need one black, one blue. Trying to make sure I'm not messing up my color scheme here. Finish off that black with the blue. Pretend like nothing happened and keep going. We're going to do one stitch of blue, or one cluster of blue. So tighten that up to do that slip stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. How y'all keep drifting. Maybe I'm drifting. So we're going to do 3 double crochets, but we're not going to finish the third double crochet. So 2 and 3. Now remember, we got to change back to the black, okay? So don't finish this stitch. We're just going to pull through once and then have those 2 loops on our hook. Make sure to drag that black underneath the blue. We're going to change colors to black here. We're going to pretend like nothing happened, and we're going to do one cluster of blue, black. 2 and 3. 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Don't finish off that third one because remember we got to go right back to blue. So we're going to lift that up, put the blue underneath it, tighten the stitches down. Don't pull too tight though. Finish off that black with the blue, pretend like nothing happened, and then do our last cluster of blue. So then we have our cluster of blue here, 2 and 3. And then we're just going to do our 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And there you have it. We have our red bulb coming along. Our yellow bulb is almost finished, and we're getting that line together for the string for the lights. So essentially, we're starting right here. This is where we were at. So we went up. Did we go up? Yep. So we went up. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blues, 1, 2 reds, 1 white, 1, 2 blues, 1 blue, or I'm sorry, 2 reds, 1 blue, 1, 2, 3, 4 yellows, 1 black, 1 blue, 1 black, 1 blue. Okay, so we went up, now we're going down. Okay, so because we're going down, that means we're going to go from here down. So let's see what we need. We're on row 21. I know that arrow is looking at the 21, but that's essentially telling us our next row. So 21, right here. Okay, so we need 1, 2 blues. I'm just going to write it down here at the bottom. So 21, 2 blue. So 1, 2 blues. 1, 2, 3 blacks. 3 black. 1, 2, 2 yellow. 1, 2, 2 blue. 1, 2, 2 red. 1 white. 1, 2, 2 more reds. Let's see, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. Yep, so 7 blues. So we're gonna do 2 blues, 3 black. Okay, I'm about to say, hold up. Make sure you differentiate if you have the same beginning letters. So 2 blues, 2 blacks, 2 yellow. Was it only 2 yellow? Let's see, 2 reds, 1 white, 1, 2 red, 1, 2, 2 blue, 1, 2. Oh, we only needed 2 yellow. Oh, that's what I have. Duh. 2 yellow, 2 blue, 2 red, 1 white. Oh, I'm going the opposite way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm confusing you. So it's 2 blues, 3 blacks, 2 yellows, 2 reds. Did I say that right? 2 blues, 3 blacks, 2 yellows, 2 blues. Do I have 2 blues? 2 blues, 2 reds, 1 white, 2 reds, 2 blue. Don't worry, that was super confusing, but I got you. Just follow along. So, this is a blue color, and we're just gonna do this. Because I don't want those to be up front, I want those to be in the back, so we're just gonna do it just like that. And we're gonna flip our project over, pull some strings. There we go. So we got our blue over here. And remember, we're going down. So we're starting up here. 1, 2, so 2 blues. Let's do this, 2 blues. Again, I'm really sorry if I confused you. Sometimes it can get pretty confusing when you're working on these graphs because of the way the angle of the squares are. All right. So let's go. Starting off, we're going to do our chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 4th chain from the hook. Do our double crochet. Then 2 more double crochet. And then we're going to attach this to the next stair there, because we needed 2 blues. So slip stitch, chain 3, and then we're going to keep going here. 1, 2, and 3. Don't finish off this last double crochet. Leave the 2 loops on your hook because we now need 3 blacks. So 2 blues, and then 1, 2, 3 blacks. So we're gonna take that black, put it up top, up. Where am I going? I'm like drifting all over this table. So we're gonna start off by finishing off that double crochet from the last one with the black color, and then we're going to pretend like nothing happened and keep crocheting. 1, 2, and 3, and then 3 double crochets as soon as I get all the fibers on here. Seriously. All right, there we go. So we got our 3 double crochets, or 3 stitches, so now we need our 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 2 more clusters. 1, 2, 3 stitches, then 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. 1 more cluster. There's slip stitch, chain 3, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now remember, because this is our last one, do not finish this one off, because what color do we need next? So we did our 2 blues. So 1, 2. We did the 3 blacks. 1, 2, 3. And now we're on to our 1, 2 yellows. So we just need 2 yellows. So we're going to grab that yellow, finish off that black double crochet from the previous cluster, and then we're just going to keep going like we didn't just change colors. You saw nothing. Oh, sorry. You really did see nothing. So we're going to start that over again. So I'm going to finish off that double crochet for the black to change color to yellow. Then we're just going to go ahead and slip stitch into that first one through our 3 double crochets. We only need 2 yellows. So let's do our 2 clusters of yellow. So 1, 2, and 3. First cluster down, 1 more to go. Here we go. Slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Don't finish off that third one because that last one is the last color we need for that one. So what color did we need next? So if you remember, we had to do these 2 yellows here. Now we're going on to the 1, 2 blues. Let's get it. So take that blue, put it underneath that black so that it's not stuck underneath it. I'm going to pull it just to make sure those stitches are tight. We're going to finish off this double crochet with the blue. And then we're going to slip stitch into the next one like we didn't just change colors. Nothing happened, nothing to see here. 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm going to pause there. I'm going to grab my scissors. Why? You just finished your first bulb. Congratulations. Look at that. You got a bulb. Our first bulb is complete. Yes. So cut it with enough of a tail that you can tie it in. So we no longer need our yellow. So I'm going to, that first color we had, that was the end of it. So I'm going to cut that off so that we have less strands all over the place. And now we're going to keep going. So we have that blue right now. We have 2 blues we need. So we're going to do 3 double crochets here because I already did my slip stitch and chain 3. So this is our second double crochet, and then our third double crochet. And then we're going to do one more cluster. Remember not to finish off that last double crochet. Again, if I'm going too fast, stop, fast forward, rewind, pause, do whatever you need to do. If you need to get up and get a drink or go on about life, don't worry. I will be here when you get back. I'm not going anywhere. I am forever in your home. All right, so don't finish that off. What color did we need next? Do you remember? Because we're going down. We need that 2 reds, right? So let's go ahead, grab that red, or whatever your second color is. My second color is red, so I'm going to grab that red, pull it through the last 2 loops of that double crochet for the blue, and then we're going to keep going like nothing happened, nothing to see here. Slip stitch, chain 3. We only need 2 reds. 2 and 3. Then we're going to slip stitch over here. I'm picking up that strand that we drug over. And then we're going to chain 3, 2 and 3. Do our double crochet. 1, 2 and 3. Don't finish it off because we need 1 white. So we just did our 2. We need 1 white, and then we'll go back to red. So let's get that 1 white in there. And if you'll know if you're doing this correctly, because that white should sit on top of itself, just like in the previous bulb. So we're gonna finish off that double crochet in red with the white. Pretend like nothing happened. Boom. Slip stitch into the next cluster there. And then we're gonna do our chain 3, our 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now don't finish off that third one. Go ahead and grab that red or your second color. Finish off that double crochet for the white. And we're going to go into our next cluster, slip stitch. Nothing happened. Nothing to see here. Keep going. Just keep going like nothing happened. But before I keep going, we just finished the white for that bowl. So I'm going to cut a tail. Our white can then be put away for right now. We'll need it for the green again, don't worry. But for right now, we can put that away. So we should only be working with about 3 colors, I believe. So blue, red, and black are your first, third, and fourth colors. Because some of y'all change colors. So, you know, whatever colors you have, you should only be working with 3 right now. So now we only need 2 more reds. So this is our first cluster of red. First cluster of red. And then we are going to slip stitch into the next one, do our 3 chains, and do our last cluster of red for this row. Now this row I might have went a little fast, and again I do apologize if it's a little fast for you, but feel free to use those specs on the YouTubes to slow it down if you need to, or rewind it to wherever you need it to go. Changing colors does take a little bit, so if I had a suggestion, if you're slower on changing the colors, that's fine. Everybody works at their own speed, but if you start to see me change color, that's when you're going to want to pause and change your color so you can keep up with me, if you're trying to keep up with me. So we did our 2 clusters of red. So we did our white, 2 clusters of red. Now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blues to finish us off for this row. So our blue, we're going to take it underneath that working color here for the next bulb color we're using. Mine's is red. We're going to yarn over, pull it tight just to make sure that the stitch is pulled tight, and then I'm going to loosen it up just a little bit so it doesn't bow up the project. And And then we're going to slip stitch into the next cluster here. Pretend like nothing happened. Keep going. You're doing great. So proud of you. Look how far you've came, and you didn't think you could do this. Of course you could. How could you doubt yourself? I didn't doubt you. Not for a second. You got this. So if we can keep our stitches on our hook here. There we go. Take this, I'm going to slip stitch to the next cluster. And the good thing about this part is you don't have to count anymore because it's essentially you're all done. So you're good. So you just keep doing what you're doing. You chain 3 there, 1, or this is a double crochet here. Remember not to forget your slip stitch at the beginning of each cluster and your chain 3 to keep those gaps away. Your stitches are not supposed to be social distancing. You are supposed to be social distancing. So make sure to keep those gaps away by doing your slip stitch and chain 3. So you're going to chain 3 here, double crochet, 2 and 3. Then we're going to slip stitch into here, 2, 3, chain here, 1, 2, and 3, slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochets, this is very soothing, nice wind down activity from a long hard day. Doing a repetitive pattern calms your brain and actually gives you that little dose of serotonin that you need for the end of the night, and it also helps shut your brain off so that you can get some good night's sleep. Or good day sleep if you're doing it during the day. I'm just saying, there ain't nothing wrong with a nap. And that finishes off row 21. 4 more rows to go. We're going to keep going. I know we're already at an hour, but I'm going to keep going. And we're going to finish the halfway point of this design. So, what's next? We went down all the way down to 21 here, and now we need to go back up. So this arrow indicates we need to go back up. So let's see what we need. Let's try not to confuse you too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blue, 22. So what I'm doing is at the bottom, I'm going to write at the bottom here. So 8 blue. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and flip. Did I go the right way? Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 reds. 1, 2, 3, 3 blue. 1, 2, 3, 3 black. I'm going to put BL for black. And then 1, 2, and 3. 3 blue. So that's not a whole lot of color changings. 8 black, 5 red, 3 blue, 3 black, 3 blue. Let's do it. And if you turn it over, look at what you got so far. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So you have your first bulb, and it's going to look a little weird until we get that next corner on it, and then you'll see what, it'll look a lot like the pattern itself. So let's get there. So I'm going to move it over so I can make sure I'm in frame here. Do apologize that I keep moving the camera. I tend to move around a lot whenever I'm crocheting. So give me a second to stretch my fingers here. If you have problems with your hands, now would be the time to like stretch your fingers when you get to the end of that row. So I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to take a drink, stay hydrated, and I'll be right back. It'll be a blink for you. Let's do this. Chain 6. That's how we start the rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go in, do your double crochet in that 4th chain, and then finish off those last 2 stitches on that chain with a double crochet as well. 1 and 2. Don't forget this next step, because they're not supposed to be social distancing. Slip stitch, chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Again, don't forget that step. Slip stitch, chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. 2 and 3. Again, slip stitch. We're going to do this 8 times with this color. So don't worry, I won't repeat the instructions the whole way. I'm just saying. Two and 3. 3 is our magic number whenever we're working on our clusters, if you haven't noticed. At the ending, you have 6, and then while you're working on your stitches, it's 3. So essentially, just keep thinking about the number 3. 1 slip stitch, but 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. So if you've gotten this far, you should be very proud of yourself. You completed 1 bulb almost. We just have to do the top of it, and then that bulb is 100% complete, but you finished off your first color. So that's wonderful. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. If you get lost or you don't know, because sometimes you'll get into the groove of doing this and you'll forget how many clusters you've made of the same color, and you need to make sure that you only do so many. So just pause and go, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is our 7th cluster. 2 and 3. And then we're going to slip stitch, do that last one in blue. 2, 3. Here we go. I don't know why I move around a lot when I crochet. I just do. If nothing else, this video, these series of videos has taught me is I move around a lot when I crochet. So our last stitch, remember not to finish it off. Then we're going to grab that red. And we're going to do 5 of the reds, okay? So finish off that double crochet in blue with the red color. And then pretend like nothing happened, nothing to see here. We're going to go ahead, I'm going to grab that pull over string and bring it up this way. And we're going to slip stitch. I'm going to pull that a little bit, make sure my stitch is tight. Then I'm going to slip stitch, chain my 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then 3 double crochets. And remember, if you're hiding that pull over string, to go up underneath it as well. You might have to maneuver it a little bit to get it, but you can get it. So that's the 3rd one in the red for that. So our first cluster of that, we have 4 more to go, so let's do it. See, my threads are spreading apart here. So we did our slip stitch. Now we're going to do our chain 3. Apparently this white is creeping out at me over here. So we're going to do our 3 double crochets. Then we're going to keep going to this next one because we need 5 of the red, just like we did with the yellow. 2, 3, so that's 3, 4. Our 4th cluster here. And then right here, it's going to be our 5th one because 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So don't finish off that last one like I keep doing apparently for some reason. So just pull it out, grab those 2 loops, okay? Grab those 2 loops. What's the next color we need? So we did our 5 reds. We need 3 blues. So grab that blue, bring it on over. I'm going to tighten the stitches where it last was used. Not too tight. Finish off that red with the blue. Let's do those 3 blue clusters. 1, 2, 3. Don't worry, I did my slip stitch. Now we're going to do our chain 3 or our 3 double crochets. 2 and 3. Slip stitch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then one more cluster with the blue before we move on to the black. So slip stitch 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, don't finish off that blue because we're going to finish it off with that black color. Okay. So we're going to pull it just a little bit. We're going to finish off that double crochet of blue with black. And then we're going to go ahead and pretend like nothing happened. And we're just going to keep going, okay? So it's slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochets, 1, you got this, 2, and 3. First cluster down, 2 more to go. So slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. One more cluster of black. Remember not to finish off that 3rd double crochet. If you do, just pull one little thing off so you have 2 loops left. Put your hook back on and finish it off with the previous or the next color. So we have our 3 blacks. We're going to grab that blue. Make sure it's underneath the black. Make sure the stitches are tight where it was last used, and then loosen it up a little bit so that we don't get bulging project. We're going to finish off that double crochet in black with the blue. Pretend like nothing happened to finish off the row with 3 clusters. So first cluster here. 2. And 3. Moving on to our second cluster. Sorry. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and 3 double crochet. Last cluster for this row. We're getting close to that ending point for this week. You guys are doing fantabulous. I'm so proud. Make this country girl cry. So we have our second double crochet and our third double crochet. Boom, there you have it. Row 21 is completed. Okay. So let's go back and mark this off. And we went up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, was that 22? Yeah, it was. That was row 22. My bad. We are going on to row 23, so we only have 3 rows left. All right, let's get it. So, 23, we're going down. We need to write 23 at the bottom. So let's see here. 23, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 blues. Hold up. I'm missing something. That's 22. Oh, here we go. So we have 4 blues. Okay. 4 blue. And then we have 1, 2 blacks. 2 BL. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 blues. 4 blue. Probably gonna have 5 reds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 red. And then another 8 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blues. Okay. After this row, we only have 2 more left. Let's get it. Let's get it. We're almost to that halfway point. You're almost halfway done with your project. So, how do we start? Sorry, that's Daisy Doodle over here. She's trying to get comfortable. So we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 4th chain from the hook, we're going to do that double crochet. So right here. Okay. Got to maneuver my project now. It's getting bigger, so it's harder to maneuver around with it. So we're going to double crochet into that 4th chain from the hook. Okay, why isn't it? Okay, there we go. I made it a little tight. That's okay. So we're going to do a double crochet here. Double crochet here. And a double crochet here. Okay. So then we're going to twist it, slip stitch, because we're doing 4 blues. So we're just going to keep going. We're going to do 3 more clusters. 2 and 3. I'm gonna maneuver my blue around here. All right, so our next cluster is going to be another blue. Slip stitch, chain 3. We don't want those clusters social distancing. Come on. 1, 2, 3. And then one more time for the clusters. We're going to do 2. Oh, that was a big old stitch, wasn't it? 1, 2, and 3. And then double crochet. 1, Make sure you get all your fibers. 1, 2, and 3. Don't finish off that last double crochet, because then we're going to get black, and we're going to use how many blacks? We're going to do 2 blacks, I believe it said. So we're going to grab our black, finish off that last double crochet in the blue, pretend like nothing happened, slip stitch, keep going. So we're going to slip stitch here, chain 3, and then we're just going to keep going. I'm so glad it got brighter outside because working with this black is hard. 2 and 3. I'm just going to verify that I only needed 2 blacks. Slip stitch and chain 3. Here we go. These fibers are killing me today, aren't they? 2, 3, and we're going to verify real quick that all I needed was 2 blacks. So we did our 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2, yep, we only need 2 blacks and then 4 blues. 2 blacks, so we're right back to blue. So finish off that double crochet in black with blue, and then just pretend like nothing happened and keep going. Same stitches, different colors. Let's go. So we need 4 of these blues. So 1 cluster. Two cluster. I think I added an extra stitch there. So there's our second cluster here. Third cluster. And then this is the last cluster before we hit up those reds. So let's do this last cluster of blue. Don't finish it off. And we're going to switch over to red now. So we're going to grab that red, finish off that double crochet, and then pretend like nothing happened and keep going. We need 5 reds. So we need 5 red clusters. 2, 3, and then 3 double crochet. One, 2, 3. So because that's our first cluster there. And move on to our second cluster. Two and three. Now moving on to the third cluster. One, two, and three. Moving on to the fourth cluster. One, two, three. One, two, and three. Now this is the fourth cluster, so we need one more red cluster. Let's go. Slip stitch, chain three, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Don't finish that third one off. All right, we're not going to finish it off because we're going to change colors. So we need the rest of those to be blue. I was about to say black. Blue. You need blue, your background color. So we're going to pull it to make sure those stitches are tight. And then lay it down flat. And I'm just going to bring that blue up. Let's tighten that red up a little bit. And then we're just going to finish off that double crochet in red with the blue. And then the rest of the clusters for this row are going to be blue, or your background color. So we're just going to pretend like nothing happened and keep it pushing. You're doing great. We only have 2 more rows left after this. So let's get those 2 rows done. So we're going to go ahead and do this. One, two, three, 4, and if you find yourself getting frustrated, tired, bored, whatever, feel free to pause the video, get up, stretch, get a snack, take a sip of your drink, go live a little bit of life, come back. I'll be here when you get back, so don't feel like you have to do this video all in one sitting. You can always come back to it. This will be the last video of this series for this week, if you're watching this as we're doing it in crocheting along with me. So you will have plenty of time to get to the step you need to get to before Monday when we start decreasing rows. So we're gonna go ahead and finish off these last few stitches. I'm so excited to get to the halfway point, y'all. Y'all ready? 2 more rows? What? All right. And of course, the rows are going to go a little bit faster now. You're adding stitches, but it's going to go a little bit faster because you're not changing colors as much. And right now, we're only working with 3 colors. So it's going to make it go a little bit faster. Again, I do apologize if this video is a little too long for you. If you can't watch it in one sitting, no problem. This video will be here whenever you're ready to come back. Like I said, not another video will be released on the series until Monday evening. So you have plenty of time to catch up. And then we're going to slip stitch into this last one here. 2 and 3, 4, and we're done with row 23. Awesome. So row 23 is complete. Look at that. You got a bow. And we're starting to finish up the red one. So let's go. No hanky-panky going on here. We're doing row 24. So we're going to write 24. We'll write it over here. I'm not worried about this paper. Like I said, when I'm done, I will finish, and it won't matter anymore because I'll be done with the pattern. So we went down for 23. Now we gotta go back up for 24. So let's see, how many blues do we need? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 blues. I'm gonna guess it's 5 reds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red. 1, 2, 3, 4 blue. 1 black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 blue. So we're changing color like 2 or 3 times in this row. Not too bad. So let's go ahead and get to it. Row 24. All right. One more row after this, and we will be done for this week. And you can sit and review the videos if you want, or go back and clean up some of your stitches if you want to. Because like I said, another part of this series won't be released until Monday evening. I promise not to spring another one on you until Monday. I'm going to spend the week diamond painting, or the weekend diamond painting. So I will be doing that while you guys catch up and clean up and everything. Hold on 1 second here. There we go. So we're going to chain our 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we are going to slip stitch. We're going to double crochet in that 4th chain from the hook, and then the two chains following it. So you should have 3 double crochets in that starting chain. We're going to turn it into one of the clusters. And then we're going to slip stitch to avoid social distancing those clusters. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go ahead and do our clusters. So how many blue clusters did we need? We need 9 clusters of blue for this one. So this one's going to be a little bit. So we have 2 so far. This is our 3rd cluster here. Let's get those double crochets going. Two and 3. Two, 3. Two and 3. So we have 4 so far. So far we need 5 more. So 1, 2, and 3. Do our double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 4 more. We're going to slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochets. So increasing, I think you guys have the increasing part down. Don't worry, decreasing is pretty much as repetitive as the increase, and it'll be really easy for you guys to catch on. So don't worry or fret about increasing the rows to get to our square. You will do just fine. You've gotten this far. You're not going to let that stop you from finishing it off, okay? So we're going to go ahead and finish off these blues so we can get to those 5 reds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oop. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Last blue. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Don't finish off that last double crochet. We're going to finish it off with red to start that new color. So we're going to start it off with this new color. So we're just going to slip stitch like nothing happened. Like we didn't just change colors. You saw nothing. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, my red and black got twisted together. Let's see if we can untwist them here. Sometimes this will happen where your yarn will get a little twisted, but it's usually like a little simple knot just like that. Take you a few seconds to undo it. Especially when you're changing colors, you'll have colors all over the place, so they might get a little bit tangled, but don't worry, you can untangle them. Or if you don't like the tangles, you can just trim your working strands and then just reattach them with the slip stitch. 2. And then 3. Sorry about that. Had to stop before the dog started barking. So we're going to go ahead and keep going here. Whoop. 3. 2. I believe this is the 4th cluster. And this is the 5th cluster. One, 2, 3, 4. Yep, this is the 5th cluster. And then we're going to go back to the blue. So we're not going to finish off that red. We're going to grab that blue. Bring it over, straighten out, tighten those stitches, and then loosen it up a little bit. Then finish off that red double crochet with the blue. Boom, slip stitch into the next one. Don't forget that slip stitch. Pretend like nothing happened, like you didn't just change colors. We're going to do 4 blues. We're going to do 4 blue clusters. Let me re-edify that. 1, 2, up, 2, 3, second cluster, slip stitch, chain 3, then 1, 2, and 3. And we need 4 blues, so this is our third cluster of blue. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then one more blue cluster here. 1, 2, 3 chains, and then we're going to do our 3 double crochets, but we're not going to finish off that third double crochet because we're going to change colors. So 2, 3. This is the one where we're going to keep it just like that. We're going to go over to black. We need 1 black. So we're just going to keep going like nothing happened. We're going to slip stitch that black, chain 3, do our 3 double crochets, not finishing the third double crochet. 2 and 3. Slip stitch that off there. Change back over to blue. Chain 3, and then the last 5 clusters are going to be blue, which is your main color. So 1, 2, and 3. We're going to slip stitch 1, 2, 3. Two clusters. Y'all, I cannot believe we're at our last row. Let's get this. Do our 3 double crochets for this row. And then our last cluster for this row is going to be blue as well. And there you have it. Row 24 is now completed. Congratulations. Now we're going to do this last row. I do apologize. Like I said, this video is going to be a little bit longer, but that's okay. So we did 24. So we are just going to connect those lines to show that we went up. Now, here we go. Row 25. This is the halfway point. This will be the last time you do a chain 6 at the beginning of your rows. So, here we go. Let's count and see how many we need. We're at the halfway point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 blue. 6 blue. We need 1 black. 1 black. Then we're going to need 1, 2, 3 blue. 3 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red. 5 red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 blues to finish this. Now, if you notice, we haven't even touched that last bulb yet. That will be in our next lesson. So, right now, we're going to work on those 6 blues that we need to begin with. And this is the last row for the day. So, we're going to do our chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're then going to do our double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. Remember, that's the 4th chain. And then we're going to do a double crochet in the next 2 stitches in the chain 6 to finish off that row. then we're going to find that chain 3 space of the previous cluster. And we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into there. We're going to chain 3. And then do our 3 double crochets. We're going to do that for, what, 4 more clusters because we needed 6. So here we go. And I'm just flipping my work around here. There we go. So 1 double crochet, 2, and 3. And also take the break that we're going to be taking for the weekend and use that to practice up on any of the parts that you get stuck on. So if you get stuck on how to start, if you get stuck on how to change colors, if you get stuck on connecting the stairs together, take the weekend to practice and focus on that so that when you come back next week, essentially everything's the same except for we're decreasing next week. So once you master like the slip stitch and then the 3 double crochets and everything, you'll be golden to start next week. So, and I promise you it's no harder than what we've done already. It's actually a little bit easier. So I'm excited. 1, 2, 3. And 3. Slip stitch here. And essentially at this point, when you're looking at the pattern, you'll be able to tell when it's time to change colors. Because obviously, because we're only doing black and red, you'll know as soon as you hit that red, it'll be time to change. As soon as you hit that black, it'll be time to change. Now, to verify that, you want to make sure you look at your schematic there and make sure that you're right where you need to be. So this is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more cluster of blue. Y'all, I'm going to be sick of this blue by the time we get to the bottom of this thing. I'm telling you right now. 2 and 3. Let's try that again. 1, 2, and 3. And then our 3 double crochet. Oh, I made it too big. Now, to get to those 3 double crochets. Now, do remember, don't finish off the 3rd double crochet because we got to change colors to white. Or white, oh my geez, black. So we did 6, so we need 1 black. And this 1 black will follow us all the way to the end of the pattern now that it's up here. So we're going to slip stitch into the chain 3 space there, and then keep going like nothing just happened. Do 1, 2, 3, double crochet it. 1, 2, and 3. Finish off that 3rd. Remember, the yarn of the color that you're working with, which was the black, goes on top, and then the color you're dragging over goes underneath so it doesn't get trapped underneath. And then finish off that double crochet with the next color, which is mine is going to be blue. And then keep going like nothing happened. So we're just going to slip stitch. Chain 3, and then we need 3 more blues here. So 1, 2, and 3. Two, 3. 2, 3. So this is the last one before we hit that red again. 3, 1, 2, and 3. Don't finish off that 3rd stitch because now we're going to pick up that red. And since it's in front, we don't have to worry about pulling it under or anything. So finish off that double crochet with the next color and then pretend like nothing happened and keep going. We need 5 of these reds. And then that'll be the last color change of this row. So until we hit that blue. The blue will be the last color change. It'll be the last color for this row, and then we'll be done for the day because this video is going to be super long. So that's our first cluster. One, 2, and 3. One, 2, 3. One, 2. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. And that's our 4th cluster. Yep, 4th one. So this is the last one before we change back to the last color for this row. So let's get it. 1, 2, 3 chains. And we gotta do that 3 double crochets, not to finish that 3rd one. So 1, 2, and 3. Don't finish it off. We're gonna lay it down, stretch it out a little bit. Take that blue, tighten this, and when I say tighten the stitches. So make sure it's nice and tight right there. And then we're just gonna lightly pull it over. Make sure that red is on top because you don't want it to get trapped underneath it. And then we're just going to switch colors here. And then slip stitch like nothing happened. And keep going. Now you will finish this row with 10 of your base color, which mine is blue. So you'll need 10 clusters of your base color. So let's go ahead and finish this off so we can be done for the day. Sorry, I got alarms going off and everything. 2, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. So again, if you've gotten to this point, you should be very proud of yourself. I'm proud of you for getting to this point. You thought you couldn't do it, and look at you go. For those who've already had experience doing this, this is just for fun, but I'm still proud of you for working with us with these super long videos. So we're gonna go ahead and knock this half of the part out. And the other reason why I'm giving you guys so much time in between the increase and the decrease is so there are a few people that haven't gotten their supplies yet or just now getting their supplies, and it'll give them time to catch up before we start decreasing. So if you're looking to join, this would be a perfect time to join the crochet along. You can grab whatever tools and supplies you need. You only need the 5 colors that you would like to be for your pattern, and then just follow the video tutorials. And the reason why they're so long is because I don't edit them down. I don't time lapse them. You're working at the same rate of speed that I'm working at. So when you see this is like 2 hours long, that's how long it took me to complete this patchwork. So yeah, I do it like this so that it feels like an actual crochet along. Even with the awkward silences and the ums and so's, you're getting me at my full speed that I would be at if I were sitting right next to you and we were just sitting there, you know, chilling, doing this together, and I was showing you. So that's what the crochet along is like for this crochet along. So we're just gonna stick that back on there. Y'all, we're almost done. We're almost done. 3. I'm so freaking excited, you guys. Please, please, please tag me in your work on Instagram. Come over to the group Crafters Anonymous with Miss Crochet and Coffee and Rachel Ray. Show us in the group what you're doing. Others are getting interested in wanting to join in on the fun, and I'm here for it. I am totally here for it. Now, I might have to start a new clip because I've been running on this for 2 hours now, and it's probably going to shut off because I don't know how long my phone will record for, so I'm kind of testing it right now. But don't worry, I'll click back on to finish up with you guys. So we're going to do these last 3, I believe. So let's get these last 3 done. That heater is kicking on an awful lot today. It must be a little chilly outside. 1, 2, 3. One more cluster to go, y'all. Are you ready? Oh my gosh. Please, please, please tag me in your progress. I love to see the different colors that you guys chose, and I love to see how far you went or how good you're doing. If you need any help, questions, comments, concerns, leave those down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer them to the best of my ability. If you want a more direct answer, please contact me over on Instagram. Honestly, Instagram is going to be the fastest way to get a hold of me because I'm not too much on Facebook these days. So if you want to get a hold of me super quick, hit me up on Instagram. If you don't do Instagram and you only have Facebook, that's okay. Go ahead and hit me up on Facebook. But there you have it, folks. Look at that. Now, I'm going to zoom you up so you can see here. This is how big it'll be, the motif. So essentially, we finished this half of the kit. We're going to do the other half next week. But that's how big it's going to be. It's not going to be any bigger than that. So when we come back next week, we will be decreasing, okay? And you should have 25 clusters on your row. So what do we do now? Since I'm stopping for the day, I'm going to go ahead and put my stitch marker on. So let's go ahead and attach that stitch marker to that last stitch. Nope, not the piece. Oh, get the hook out of there. I'm like, why is this so hard? Because the hook is in there in the way. So we're not going to do just one strand. All right. So we're going to hook that whole stitch, not just a couple of strands, the whole stitch. That way, if somebody tugs on this or messes with it, it won't pull out my stitches. So there you have it, folks. That's what you should have so far. You should have 1.5 bulbs, and as you can see, it is coming out beautifully. If you guys have gotten to this point, I want to congratulate you on doing so well. You followed the tutorials, and look what you have to show for it. You have some Christmas bulbs. Now, don't worry if it comes out and it looks a little wonky. If you feel like you're doing something wrong and you just can't get it, please feel free to message me. But with that said, folks, that's enough of my time and your time that I've taken up today. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave those down in the comment section below. Again, if you would like a more direct answer, contact me on Instagram or Facebook. But with that said, I must now bid you adieu. But not before reminding you that it's hard out here in these crafty streets. Please stay safe, wear your mask, wash your hands. Don't touch your face out in public, keep your 6 feet, and always try to be kind, be courteous, be cool. Bye, guys.